Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sid, your host, and this is the Menonverse. So today on the Menonverse, we have a different type of topic discussion. We will be discussing about football with my very close friend Sarthak and championship leagues and his favorite footballer. So with that, I would like to introduce Sarthak. Hi, Sarthak. How are you?
Hi, Sid. I'm good. Hi, everyone.
So Sarthak, tell us about a bit about yourself.
Okay, first of all, Sid, I have to say it's really good to be here on your channel. What you're doing is very fantastic, and I think there are very few and very rare F1 channels, to be honest, originating from India.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a great thing that you're doing. So
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just by the support of everyone that this channel is going strong. So we are just trying to
Definitely,
grow. We are just
definitely.
growing right now,
Of
but
course,
hopefully someday we'll be successful. Yeah.
of course, of course. So
So
yeah,
yeah.
so telling you about me, I've been a football fan from as far as I can remember. I think when I was uh, 11 or 12 when I started watching football,
Hmm.
and it was around the World Cup 2006. Then I started watching football regularly, and the
Okay.
great players like Ronaldinho and Wayne Rooney, David Beckham,
Hmm.
they were all playing at that time. The beauty of football is, when you watch these players playing and you get immersed in that art. And
Hmm.
since you are also following a sport avidly, so you must be knowing how easy it is to get immersed in that particular form of art.
Yes.
When you once you start watching it, there is no stopping. It's kind of
Hmm.
an addiction.
Hmm.
So yeah, it all started from there itself, and it has been a never-ending journey, I have to say.
Okay. So you have been watching football, let's say, for the better half of a decade, more than a decade now, almost two
Better,
decades.
better, better half of my life as well. Yeah,
Yeah, so that is
yeah,
a pretty avid fan of football, as many are, because it is one of
of
the
course.
most watched and most popular games or sport in the world.
Let
So
me correct you. It's not one of the. It's the most popular sport in the world.
yes,
Most.
it is. Yes, it is, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is as compared to probably other sports, relatively easier to get in, and relatively cheaper to get in as well, because all you need is your
yeah. Of
skills,
course,
a
possibly.
football,
Yeah.
and the playing area, right?
Exactly, exactly. So I think it is one of the most popular sports because of it's very easy to follow.
Yes, yes,
There are very less technicalities. You just have to know a couple of things and you're good to go. And
correct.
it's a very fast sport as well. It keeps on moving from one place to the another. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, yeah, these are the reasons of the reach.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
I would like to make a small confession here.
yeah, yeah.
I have not followed football that much.
Right,
I don't know. I don't know why. Uh,
right.
so I don't know much about the game, to be honest. I do know that there are two teams, and
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not wrong, 10 players on each side,
Mm-hmm.
and
11.
11 players on each side, like a cricket match.
That's
Uh,
right.
so 11 players on each side.
Right.
There's a goal on each side, and the main aim is for one team to score more goals than the other team, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, and of course we have technicalities in between and lots of rules and regulations,
Of course.
so which we can discuss later on. So
Sure.
with that, so tell me what football means to you.
As I told you before, that once you get immersed in a particular form of art,
Hmm.
it's not separating you two as two people. It's like it's a part of your life, it's a part of your daily routine.
Hmm.
And you know me, right? If there is a match day, the whole day is planned around that only, that event only.
Oh yes,
And
yes, I have witnessed that
you have witnessed
firsthand
that. Right.
when back in 2017, 2018 in Chennai,
That's right.
when we were roommates. That time, whenever there used to be a football match, be it at 12 in the night or be it at 3 in the morning, you would be up, you would be wearing your jersey, you would have a can or two of Red Bull,
Red Bull,
and
that's true.
and you would watch the match, irrespective of if you have an early day tomorrow or you had a late day the previous night, previous day.
Irrespective, that's right.
Yeah, so
And
that is.
sometimes I would force you as well to watch some matches with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even I
So
have
yeah.
watched matches, and I have. I'll I'll confess once more that I did get sleepy between a few matches because when there's not much action, when there's just the ball being kicked around and no goals happening, it tends to get
Right,
boring. But still, it is not actually as boring as it might appear to be, but it is not. So
right,
yeah.
right.
So
That's there.
so as we know, football is one of the games which is played across the world. I think a majority of the nations do play football in one form
Right,
or the other.
right.
So with that, we have two different kinds of football, right? So we
Okay.
have the first one, which is basically country versus country, like Argentina versus Spain, or
Yeah.
Portugal versus France, or something of that sort. Which not
Let's categorize these into two categories.
hmm,
The one you're talking about will be under international football.
yeah.
Yeah, and the second part which you will talk about, which the clubs compete against each other, that let's call that club football.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
club football and international football.
that's right.
So, but correct me if I'm not wrong.
Hmm.
Club football is more popular than international football, right?
It is. Surprisingly, it is. So if you follow football,
Hmm.
since the reason being is club football happens to go throughout the year,
Hmm.
and the matches are there, different kinds of leagues are there,
Hmm.
competitions are there,
Hmm.
which happens throughout the year.
Hmm.
And international football only happens under international breaks. That is like 2 or 3 times in a year.
Okay.
So, and the World Cups are there and the international championships are there.
Hmm.
So, yeah, club football happens throughout the year. So, I think it is more followed.
And
Uh,
plus,
yeah,
we get to see players from different countries also playing in the same team.
definitely.
Like we have seen Argentinian players playing with Spanish players or English players or something of that sort. So we have a mix of uh, teams with a mix of players from different nationalities. Quite similar to what IPL is. So I think IPL
That's
has
right.
been derived from this club football format. So
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
so it is pretty interesting. So out of I believe there are various types of club football format as well because
Of course.
let me try and name a few.
Sure.
A few which I know. One is the Champions League, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Then there is Copa America. No, Copa
Copa America
America
is
is between the
international.
international. Sorry.
Right,
There is a
right,
Champions League. Then there is a UEFA League, and there's a German league also, if I'm not wrong, and a French league, right?
right. You're going there.
Huh.
You're almost there. Yeah,
And so you follow one particular team,
right.
and
I do.
you have been following that team for how long now?
As I told you, since started watching football only. It's
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so you have been an avid follower of that team.
So I think I started watching football around 2005, and
Hmm.
around 2006 I started following this team,
Okay.
which I was very fortunate to witness many great players. And
Hmm.
are we naming the teams or are we just keeping it discreet for now?
We can name the teams. Let's do one thing. Name the
Yeah.
players. So
Ah.
let's see if people can try
Okay.
and make out which team it is. I
So when I started watching my team and
hmm.
football as per, so the people who know football a little, they know which team I'm talking about. So I started following this particular team because of its players. So the greats of Ronaldinho, it was Rivaldo,
Hmm.
Record Deco, Carlos Puyol.
Hmm.
So these players played very beautiful football in their days.
Hmm.
So yeah, these players intrigued me to watch that particular team.
Yeah.
And yeah, every football fan has one particular team that they take it to their grave.
Yes.
So one particular football player has said
Hmm.
that you can change your wife, but you can't change your football club. So yeah, I think that stands true in the football fraternity.
Yeah. So currently also a particular player left their team, but yet,
Right.
despite that player being your favorite,
Yeah, yeah.
you still watch the previous clubs matches. Still used to watch those
Of
matches,
course,
despite that
of
player
course.
not being a part of
So
the team.
we'll discuss about that player as well.
Yes,
As
we will be
of course.
discussing about that
So
player.
it won't be that discreet anymore. That which club are we talking about?
So yeah,
Right.
so anyway,
Yeah.
we are of course talking about Barcelona.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
what is the full name?
It's Football Club Barcelona.
FCB, right?
Abbreviation. Yeah. FCB. That's right.
FCB. So a Spanish football club,
A
which
Spanish football
which
club.
has been well, no other way to say it, amongst the top football clubs in the world at the moment,
Indeed. Indeed.
and one of the most successful, if not the most successful.
Of course, one of the most successful.
Yeah, and the player in question is, of course, the legendary, living legend, Lionel Messi.
Indeed. Indeed.
So tell us about a bit about Barca and a bit about Messi. So where did the love for Messi come in from?
All right. So, as I told you, since we are talking about Barcelona now,
Hmm.
so when I started watching football, I think Messi did not debut,
Hmm.
or he was just about to debut, and he was just 16, 17.
Hmm.
But the great players like, as I told you, Ronaldinho was there, and Rivaldo,
Hmm.
and Carlos Puyol, and these guys.
Hmm.
So the way they played football, it was very beautiful,
Hmm.
and this way was then called. Barcelona has a particular way of playing, and
Hmm.
rather Spanish football, I would say.
Hmm.
And they pass the ball and they go towards the goal, not like counter attacking or something.
Hmm.
But their main specialization is passing, and that particular form is called tiki taka, which came into existence later.
Oh,
But yeah, the way they play, they pass and they go towards the goal, and then they score the goal.
okay.
So we call it creating a goal rather than scoring a goal.
All
So
right.
that particular play is very beautiful, and once you watch it, there's no going back. So yeah, it
Oh.
started from Barcelona first, and then there was this particular guy. So let's talk about him. His name is Leonel Andres Messi.
Hmm.
He was born on 24th June, I guess 87,
Okay.
24th June 87, and he has a very interesting story. We'll just cover it in a couple of minutes. We
Yeah.
won't take much time there. So I think he is considered as one of the great players of all time. I'm
Hmm.
saying considered because this topic is again of a lot of debate. Many people
Yeah.
consider many players,
Yeah. Correct.
right? And there are no particular parameters to measure that how can you say one player is the best. But yeah, some people, most of his fans consider that he is the greatest of all time, and he's proven that time by time. So the most interesting things, let's talk about his childhood.
Hmm.
That as he was born in Argentina, as you might be knowing that he's an Argentinian.
Yes.
So let's talk briefly about his journey towards Barcelona. How
Hmm.
did he come to play for a team for Spain?
Hmm.
So when he was born, till the age of 6, he joined a club called Newell's Old Boys. That
Okay.
was in Argentina itself, and
Okay.
that was the club of Diego Maradona itself. You must
Oh, the
be
legendary
heard of
Maradona.
the
Yes.
legendary
Who
Maradona.
does
You're very
not
much
know?
right.
Hand of
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah. Definitely, hand of God.
Yes.
So he joined that club at the age of 6, and he was the most amazing player of the youth team till the age of 6 to 10. He scored the
Okay.
most goals, and he was the part of a very good team.
Hmm.
And yeah, but fate had something else decided. At the age of 10, he was discovered with a growth hormone deficiency.
Oh.
So this deficiency is something which stops your body from growing. So your height, your all the hormones,
Hmm.
everything stops growing. So at the age of 10, the doctors declared that you will be unable to play football in the
Hmm.
coming couple of years.
Oh.
So this is what happened at the age of 10.
Hmm.
So what happened was this treatment costed around $1,000 per month, and this
Okay.
we are talking about 97, 96, 97.
Hmm.
So at that time, this was a very huge amount.
So just before you continue,
Yeah.
so was Messi from like a well-to-do family, or like
No,
could
no, no.
could
He
he
was not.
afford that kind of expenses on his medical bills or something? Or
Right. So I was coming to that only.
hmm.
So his family was from a below average earning family, not well to do,
Okay.
because he was from a small place from Rosario, Argentina, and he had no other, you know, heritage to build upon, and
Hmm.
they just came from a very average family.
Hmm.
I would rather say below average earning family.
Hmm.
So yeah, so $1,000 per month, and at that particular point of time was not at all, affordable by his family.
Hmm.
But they reached out to their club, and their club initially said that, yeah, we want him to play with us.
Hmm.
We can cover this expense, but later they were unable to cover that expense, of course,
Hmm.
because the club was not that big, and at that time Argentina was also suffering from their economy,
Okay.
various reasons, so they could not afford that.
Hmm.
So coming to this turning point of Lionel's life, that he had some relatives in Barcelona, that is the Catalan region of Spain.
Hmm.
So they reached out to him and they said, reached out to Messi's father,
Hmm.
and they said, why don't you come here and give your auditions for FC Barcelona? It's a very famous club at
Okay.
that point of time.
At the age
So
of what? 16?
at the at the age of 10, he was 10 when he was discovered with this deficiency, and
Uh-huh.
around the age of 12, when he
Oh.
was around the age of 12 and 13.
Hmm.
So they said, yeah, why not? So the Barcelona sports director at that point of time, he came down and he saw Lionel Messi play,
Hmm.
and he was so mesmerized at that point of time.
Hmm.
So he was ready to sign him then and there itself. He called the people of FC Barcelona, the board of directors and everyone. But of course, everyone was like, let's be practical. We do not sign any amateur players
Hmm.
from outside the country at this
Hmm.
particular age.
Hmm.
So, but this guy was so keen in signing Lionel that
Hmm.
he did not have any contract papers with him.
Hmm.
So he signed a contract then and there itself on a paper napkin.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you mean to say Messi had this kind of he was born gifted, or
he was born gifted,
he had
definitely.
a natural skill
He
set.
had a natural skill, definitely.
Hmm.
So he was so mesmerized by watching him play at the age of around 12 or 13
Hmm.
that he signed a piece of paper and he said, you're coming to FC Barcelona and you're playing with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, I think that's the start. And then he came to Barcelona around 2002,
Hmm.
2001 and 2002.
Hmm.
And yeah, as you know, the rest is history. Then how we can't, emphasize on how many trophies he's won, how many individual, how many team achievements.
Yeah,
And yeah,
because listening to you talk about Messi,
yeah,
it sounds quite a lot by like what Lewis Hamilton has gone through,
indeed,
because
indeed,
even when Hamilton was racing in karts,
right,
that's when Ron Dennis he approached Ron Dennis,
true,
and he asked Ron Dennis that if there are any openings, just let me know. I want to join. I want to drive for you. So Ron Dennis famously told him that when Lewis asked for Ron's autograph, so Ron famously told him, wrote down in his autograph that call me in 10 years and then we can think of something. And he didn't have to wait for 10 years. He had to wait, I think, only for a year or so. And Lewis was one of the youngest people to ever sign with the Formula One team, which was McLaren Mercedes at that point of time.
that's right,
And well, he had the backing of McLaren Mercedes and the famous Ron Dennis.
of course,
So this sounds quite a lot similar to what Messi's story is, because the head of Barcelona is coming up and saying that, okay, I'll sign you. That's what
indeed,
somewhat like what Ron Dennis did for Lewis. So these guys have an eye for talent, so they know talent when they see one. So that's
definitely,
probably what
definitely,
happened. Yeah, sorry.
definitely.
Please continue.
Yeah, so that's about it. And this was just the start of Lionel in FC Barcelona.
Hmm.
And then he then debuted in 2004, his official debut. And then there is an academy called La Masia, that is the youth academy of FC Barcelona. This is one of the most successful youth academies in the world in
Hmm.
football.
Hmm.
So he started it out there and he played very good seasons. And in 2004, he officially debuted for Barcelona for the first team.
Hmm.
And yeah, after that, he has records and he has played more than 750 matches for Barcelona, 672 goals,
My
and
goodness.
315 assists. So, do you know what an assist is in football?
Actually, I was going to just ask that.
Yeah.
Let me try and guess it.
Okay.
Is an assist something like you pass the ball to someone and he scores, something of that sort?
You're very much right. So, we just see, the people who know football
Hmm.
very less, they just see that the goal scored.
Hmm.
But the pass which leads to a goal is called an assist.
Okay.
So it is as as important as a goal. It is as it is recorded that which player has the most assists in
Okay.
this game or in particular period of time. So
Okay.
Lionel Messi has the most assists of all time in any of these competitions. So
Oh.
he has more than 300 assists in his particular career till date.
Okay.
And it is said if a regular player
Hmm.
scores 15 assists every year for 20 years,
Hmm.
then also he can't achieve this feat which is achieved by Lionel. So
Oh my.
that's how good these stats are. I was just about to
And
emphasize on
where
that.
does Messi play? I'm given to believe that there are various playing positions. A few I know is one is the goalkeeper.
Right,
Then there is the defenders.
right,
And there are the attackers, if I'm not wrong, who actually go and score the goal, right?
right.
Yeah. Apart from
You,
this, anything else are there?
yeah. So there's one more thing that is
Hmm.
called the midfielders, which are
Okay.
between the defenders and the attackers.
Okay.
Right. And in attackers as well, there are some particular segregations. Like there are center attacking midfielders,
Hmm.
like attacking midfielders, those who play in midfield as well, and they go time by time to attack as well.
Okay.
There are wingers, those who just play on the wings, that is the cornermost sides of the pitch.
Hmm.
They move forward and they attack from there. And
Hmm.
then there are center forwards, strikers. So there are
Hmm.
very segregations. So Lionel Messi's particular position is right winger. He plays as a right winger.
Okay.
That was his major position, but a player can shift his positions from time to time, which we can see with all these players. And Lionel, yeah, of course, but his main position is right winger. He plays as a right winger. That is
And
the right side of the pitch.
and this is not a political inclination. He's not a left wing activist or a right wing activist or something of that sort.
I guess not.
So yeah, so okay, he's a right winger,
Yeah.
and so is it common for right wingers to score goals?
It is common since you must have heard of Cristiano Ronaldo as well. He is a left winger as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the main purpose of the wingers is to provide, assists from their flanks and just give crosses inside the D so that the striker can score a goal. But
Okay.
sometimes these players just they move inside and they tackle the defenders and they can score the goals as well. Even the
Okay.
defenders can score the goals as well. So there is some foundation for a player to just
Okay.
play on a particular place
Mm-hmm.
as such. Yeah.
So one more thing which I just remembered was
Hmm.
that despite Messi not being tall,
Hmm.
how tall is he?
He might be around 5'5", 5'6", not more than that.
5'5", 5'6", right? So
Yeah,
average height,
average.
and he is he is just ridiculously quick. He has
Yeah,
very good footwork,
that's
and
true.
I have seen a few matches. I have seen a few highlights as well,
Hmm.
and he he just plans his moves so brilliantly, and he just goes so fluidly across the field, tackling players and tackling the defenders and going to score. So that is it just looks like a well choreographed dance.
You're very much right, Siddharth. So what you're saying is the height which we are talking about of Lionel.
Hmm.
So he has a very average height and even short height for the matter of a sport,
Hmm.
that is football.
Hmm.
Let's say football, basketball. At least for basketball still more, but
Hmm.
for you to be a good footballer, that is what's said.
Hmm.
You need to be at least of a good height that is more than 5'10" at least.
Oh,
But
is that so?
yeah, yeah, yeah. For you being, because it's a physical sport.
Hmm.
You can't play it alone. It's a team sport. You have to tackle people. You have to, dodge defenders to
Yeah, there
score a
will be
goal.
contact as well many a
Yeah, yeah,
times.
they're 100%.
Hmm.
So you have to be a little more physical, and
Hmm.
which Lionel did not have.
Hmm.
So, but what he had was his feet.
Hmm.
So that's where his game is all built up around. So when you see him playing,
Hmm.
he can dodge tallest of tall defenders with very much ease, and the ball does not leave his feet. So that's what his main game is, which makes it so beautiful to
It
watch
looks as
Lionel
if
play.
the ball is stuck to his feet.
It looks like that, and as you were rightly said, it looks like a well choreographed dance.
And which brings me to a video which I
Hmm.
which I saw on YouTube.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you must have seen it as well, in
Hmm.
which Messi dresses up as an old man and
Hmm.
he goes to a street football
Right. Right.
venue. and all these young chaps are playing, and suddenly this old guy turns up, and everyone is like, ah, what will he be able to do? And suddenly he just goes bananas, and everyone is like, what the hell is happening? And we could see that he closes his eyes and he's just
Okay.
dribbling the ball.
So, Sid, we'll have to just take a break for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, sure.
Just be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry for that. I'm back.
Yeah, hi, Sarthak.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, that there's this one video on YouTube in which Leonel dresses up like an old man,
Are you
and
talking about the players who are playing football and he just comes there and
yeah.
the
So foosball, if I'm not wrong, isn't foosball the one which they play on the table?
football, it's a football table, but football is, have you seen 5 by 5 sides inside the nets? So that is which we play on the table is just a small version of what the actual sport is. So football is a sport in itself as well.
Okay, but
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't
yeah.
foosball basically football in German?
Yeah, it is. But then football, they've made it an entire new sport as well, which is five per side a team, and they
Okay,
play it in a very small ground, and it's a different sport in itself now. So if
it's
we
like
go there, it will be
street.
a
It's like
yeah,
street
yeah,
basketball.
it's like street football. Yeah,
Street
it is
football.
like yeah. There are
Okay.
very less rules, and so it's an entire sport these days now. So if we go there, we'll just segregate from the topic. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think we
Okay.
should keep it for another day.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but I
that
know which video are you talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there is one segment of that video in which he closes his eyes and he's
Right.
just dribbling the ball like crazy.
Right.
And when I saw that, I was like, dude, this guy has skills. This guy, this is no ordinary man.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have seen great dribblers. I mean, Ronaldinho is one of the great dribblers, and Ronaldo also. Cristiano Ronaldo is a great dribbler. So,
Right.
but there is some magic about Messi. And after seeing that, I was like, dude, this guy is something else. He's on a different league altogether.
Indeed, indeed. And if you ask me or if you ask Lionel Messi fans that can you tell us which one is the best goal which he has scored?
Hmm.
So we won't have any answers because he has scored so many amazing goals that it
Hmm.
is very difficult to, shortlist that which goal he has scored,
Hmm.
which is the best one. But yeah, when we are talking about this particular video, and a goal comes to my mind,
Hmm.
and I'll share the video after this call as well with you.
Sure. I'll
That
link it in the description down below.
definitely.
Yeah.
So there's this one particular goal that he scored in 2015, if I'm not wrong. This
Okay.
was against a team called Athletic Bilbao, that is
Okay.
a Spanish team. And it was the Spanish Cup final,
Hmm.
which is called the Copa del Rey final.
Okay.
And this guy, Lionel Messi, he's almost standing on the half line,
Hmm.
and in a span of 12 seconds,
Hmm.
he has the ball on the half line, and there are so many defenders in between him, around 5 to 6 defenders, and he dodges all of them, and
Hmm.
he scores the goal by himself.
Without any
So
assist.
without any assist, he got an assist on the half line. That is what
Oh.
I'm trying to say. Yeah. And he just dribbles and dodges all the defenders, and he goes on to score that particular goal.
Oh.
So yeah, and I think it is one of the most beautiful goals scored by him, and he got the best goal for that year as well.
All right.
Best goal of the year.
And
Yeah.
of course, if we start talking about the rewards and recognitions Messi has got, I
Yeah.
think that would be another video altogether. But
It's sure.
there is one particular award which he has scored, I think, the most number of times, which is the Ballon d'Or, if I'm not wrong, right?
Right. So for
7 times. He
people,
just
for the
scored the seven.
listeners, which are listening to us right now, let's tell you, Ballon d'Or is the most prestigious award a player
Mm.
can win as a footballer, an
Mm.
individual award, the most prestigious individual award.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is a French award, so that's why it's named in French. That is
Okay.
Ballon d'Or,
Uh,
but it is given to the greatest player of that particular year.
okay. So
And yeah,
is it like uh, restricted to club players, or is it like if example if we had the World Cup going on right now, so is it
hmm
possible that someone who was playing in the World Cup for a team like let's say Japan, uh,
okay,
and he did an outperforming, sorry, uh, and magnificent performance during the match. So,
Right.
is he eligible for the Ballon d'Or, or what? Basically, what is the criteria to
What is
get
the
the Ballon?
criteria?
Yeah.
So basically, Ballon d'Or was initially, Ballon d'Or is done by the voting. It
Okay.
was initially done by the voting of various sports journalists in the world.
Okay.
That is what was considered. But in the recent times, in the
Hmm.
last, I guess, 8 to 9 years,
Hmm.
even the players, the national team captains are
Hmm.
also allowed to, and the managers as well are allowed to vote as well. So
Okay.
Ballon d'Or is totally based on these guys voting.
Okay.
So as you're saying, if a player comes from an underrated team, let's say Japan or some team, but he performs well, but he has to perform well throughout the year. That's what's considered.
Okay. It's not just one match.
It's not just one match. Then it will be man of the match will be valid. No, we
Okay.
are we
Okay.
are deciding best player of the year. So his
Okay.
his year-wise tournament, his year-wise performance is considered for.
All right. All right.
Right.
And
How he did is in his international team, how he did is his club, everything is considered for.
regardless of if they won the matches or not.
Yeah, but there is a thing that they should at least win something.
Yeah, of
Otherwise,
course, of course. If they're losing
yeah,
every match and he's
yeah, it goes
performing
in
well,
vain.
yeah, it goes
Yeah,
in vain. So,
yeah,
but there has been, I think there was a bit of controversy
right.
saying that another player was nominated for this award alongside Messi. I'm sorry, I don't know his name.
You must be thinking of Robert Lewandowski.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So many people were saying that he should have won the Ballon d'Or this year, not Messi.
right.
So why is where does that come from?
Okay. So this comes from the last year since Robert Lewandowski plays for Bayern Munich,
Hmm.
and he is a Polish by birth. He
Okay.
plays for the Poland team,
Okay.
and he is a very amazing striker. There's no doubt there.
Hmm.
And last year he was indeed the best player of the year.
Hmm.
Uh, there's no doubt there. But last year, because of the COVID pandemic, the Ballon d'Or did not happen. It got
Oh.
suspended.
Okay.
So if it did happen, this guy was bound to win the award, but he
Hmm.
did not. So that's why people are saying it's very unfair. And in people, I would consider me as well. Even I'm saying that that was very unfair for,
Despite being a Messi fan.
despite being a Messi fan, of course,
Hmm.
because football is all about, you know, its fairness and how a players perform.
Hmm.
So being a fan aside, of course, you can't support what's not right.
Hmm.
And what
Correct.
was right was to give this guy an award. And
Okay.
even in this year's speech,
Hmm.
if you see the Ballon d'Or speech, which was given to Messi very recently, it happened, right?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in the last line, Messi said these words that Robert Lewandowski was sitting in the front row with him,
Hmm.
and this year he was the runner-up.
Hmm.
He came second after Lionel.
Hmm.
So Lionel covered these words that Robert, that you are bound, you should have this award at your home,
Hmm.
and I would request the Ballon d'Or committee to consider that to give you the award for the last year because that you deserve.
Wow.
So that's what the controversy is about. That they should have.
This guy is humble, man. This guy is really humble.
So
This,
that's what we all say that if you consider a player,
hmm.
how do you consider a player to be the greatest of all time, right? This is a question
It's
asked
a
by many.
very controversial topic because be it any sport,
Right.
be it football, be it cricket, be it Formula One, be it MotoGP, uh,
Indeed.
if you
Indeed.
throw this question, who is the greatest of all time, it becomes slightly controversial because people from different eras will say, no, 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 Pele was the greatest of all time, or someone will say Maradona was the greatest of all time, or
Of
someone will
course.
say Messi, or even Ronaldo fans will say Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest of all time.
Right. So let's call Cristiano as Cristiano
Hmm.
because there is another
Yeah,
Ronaldo which
the
plays for
Brazilian
Brazil.
Ronaldo. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's also considered by some people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
But
So yeah,
I'm sorry to stop you, but
no, 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 please.
I just remembered. I forgot which World Cup it was. It was a 2000 or 2004 World Cup where Ronaldo had this really funny haircut. It just
Which Ronaldo?
the Brazilian Ronaldo. When Brazil was on top of its game, they were just winning back-to-back World Cups,
Yeah, yeah,
and he had this D on top of his head, and the entire head was bald,
yeah, yeah.
just just in front of that is just one image of Ronaldo, which Ronaldo, which
Yeah.
sticks to my head. But yeah, continue, anyways.
Yeah. That was a very funny haircut, and I think this was 2002 World Cup, if I'm
Yeah,
not wrong.
sorry, 2002. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a very amazing haircut, which came to my mind as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, what were you talking about? Yeah, so we were talking about the greatest player of all time.
Hmm.
So yeah, there is no particular measurements to decide. If you decide on the highest goals scored as well, then we would say that someone like Pele is the greatest player of all time.
Hmm.
If we would say that the best number of trophies won, the
Hmm.
highest number of trophies won till date,
Hmm.
then we'll consider someone like Dani Alves as a player, which comes to mind.
Okay.
So there are many records in football. So there is not one record that if you can decide who is the greatest of all time.
Hmm.
But
Because
why
the
this
game evolves as well over a period
100%?
of time, and skills evolve, and the athletes get even better and better at the game. Because if we see like a match from the 80s or early 90s or even late 90s, uh, the
Right.
fitness aspect was there, but not that much. I mean,
Not that
we
much.
didn't have ripped players with abs and completely negligible body fat. Like, well, we have all seen Cristiano, how fit he
Yeah,
is.
100%.
And then now we have players after I think the 2000s, 2010 onwards, who are so physically fit. They just look like literal gods, like
Right.
Greek gods. They look like.
100%. And when you're talking about Ronaldo's physique, Cristiano, sorry,
Mm.
let's refer to him as Cristiano.
Yeah.
So if you talk about Cristiano's physique, so when he gave his medical in his recent team, that was Juventus. He was in Juventus till last year.
Hmm.
It's a team in Italy.
Hmm.
So when he gave his physique at the age of his medical test at the age of 34 years,
Hmm.
then they said that this guy has a body of a 18-year-old kid.
My goodness, that's the amount
So
of fitness these guys have, man.
yeah,
So,
so
it is, let's say that it is pretty unfair to say that football is just a game in which you watch 22 millionaires kick the ball
hmm,
for fun.
yeah,
So,
100%.
so what people fail to see is that, yeah, these guys do have a lot of money. They make a lot of money. Well, a footballer is one of the most well-paid athletes in the world. But there goes a lot of hard work, lot of dedication. There is a lot of skill involved in that. Lot of sleepless nights, lot of failures as well. So it is not easy. I mean, of course, if someone is paying you $1 million, well, $1 million is I think nothing now, but whatever amount they are getting, that is well deserved because they have the skill, the backing for it. It shows in their the way they play the game. So they have mastered the game in every possible way.
Definitely. And then again, if some people consider maybe Lionel as the greatest player of all time, is because what you rightly said that he's a very humble guy.
Hmm.
So that's what separates him from the rest of the pack.
Hmm.
And if you ask some people, they'll say Cristiano or Pele or Maradona even.
Hmm.
So yeah, but Lionel has a unique way of playing as we have covered, and he has very good statistics as well. He has won, I think he's won 35 trophies for his team, which was FCV, his
Hmm.
former team, let's
Hmm.
say.
Ah.
And he has the most goals scored in a calendar year, that is 91 goals. That's what he scored in 2012.
Oh.
So yeah, and he's been active for the last 16, 17 years.
Oh.
So yeah, I think
And
that's why he's
and
considered as one of
carrying
the
that amount of fitness and consistency for so long, that in itself is a huge task. And performing at one of the biggest stages in the world, in front of millions and millions of adoring fans. I mean, that is just a
indeed,
feat in itself.
indeed. And the only thing that he was, he was always criticized for
Hmm.
is not winning an international trophy. So
He has not been
yeah,
able to win the World Cup till now, right?
till now. He has not been able to win the World Cup, and that's why people criticized him. They
Hmm.
said, okay, that you have played your entire life in one particular club,
Hmm.
and at one place anyone can come in the comfort zone and they can win anything.
Hmm.
But what have you done on the international level?
Hmm.
So he had no answers for that up until very recently.
Copa
That
America.
Copa America, that is the South American Cup,
Hmm.
and in which all the South American teams participate. It's a
Which
very huge cup
includes
for them,
which includes Brazil as well.
which includes Brazil as well. It
Yes.
includes Brazil and
Colombia.
Colombia, Chile. Ecuador, Uruguay, and all these teams.
Okay.
Yeah. So up until recently, he has reached to five finals and he did not win any one of them
Hmm.
up until now.
Hmm.
So yeah, he has an international trophy in his bag as well now.
But I think, I mean, I might be wrong here as well, but I think the reason he has not been able to win uh, a national trophy, or like the World Cup for his country,
Hmm.
probably does not do justice saying this, because uh, it's not a one man game, it's a team sport. So
True.
it's like Cristiano Ronaldo. I
Hmm.
mean, he's also regarded like Messi, one of the greatest, and he has not been able to win the World Cup for Portugal. And despite that, people love him, and many a times I have seen Portuguese matches as well. In fact, I do support Portugal uh, without well, knowing many
Right.
of the players, but I do
Right.
support the team.
Sure.
So. Uh, many of the times it has been just seen that he's trying the level best. I mean, he is the one who is more talented. I mean, no disrespect to the other players, but yeah, he is on a different level altogether. But you can't expect that one man will single-handedly win you the World Cup. I mean, it is a team sport, obviously. If you are playing in a club, you get a certain kind of chemistry with your players, with your fellow teammates, and then the other players also know the way you might react to a certain situation. So which just goes to see that probably due to the lack of national games being played, can we just say that due to the lack of national games, it has been one of the biggest drawbacks that Messi or Cristiano have been unable to secure that many international titles for their home countries?
Definitely. So I'll cover your question, Siddharth.
Hmm.
So when we talk about international games, it is a very different dynamics when it comes to an individual player because, as we discussed, they are playing throughout the year with their club team, and they get to spend so little time with their international teammates.
Hmm.
So when it comes to the teams, it is very difficult to tell that which team will perform well or not. So yeah, it becomes very difficult for a player to, come to their international team for very less amount of
Wait,
time and to
it
win anything.
yeah, it does make a lot of sense. And coming back to one more point, um, Messi, as we previously mentioned, he left Barcelona.
Hmm.
That happened last year or this year?
So it happened this year when
Huh.
the season started.
Uh-huh.
So this is another topic to discuss that
Hmm.
why did he leave Barcelona and what were the controversies
Hmm.
which happened around it.
Hmm.
So what happened was he has been, since we discussed that after he came from Argentina to Barcelona,
Hmm.
he has been a Barcelona kid all his life,
Hmm.
all his adult life, let's say,
Hmm.
and he has achieved everything with Barcelona. They have achieved the sextuple as well as we call it. Sextuple is the best football club can achieve in an entire year. So
Uh,
sextuple is winning the six trophies which they are competing for. So
okay.
there was this particular year when they have won everything, all the six trophies.
Oh,
So
so
it
it's
was to 2009-10 season.
okay.
Yeah, and when we play a game and we win everything possible.
Hmm.
It was like that, and it was the first team. The Barcelona was the first team in that era to do that.
Oh, so it's quite a lot like in motorsport, the Triple Crown. Like if you win the Monaco Grand Prix, Indy 500, and Le Mans. So if you win all these three races,
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
then you get the Triple Crown.
100%.
So,
100. You're perfectly right.
oh, okay. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know that. So I learned a new thing today. So yeah,
yeah,
please continue.
yeah. So I was saying that he has been a part of that great era of players as well, where
Hmm.
he has achieved this kind of feat as well.
Hmm.
And of course, in the back of his mind, he never thought of leaving the club. He got the offers since he was 17. He has gotten the offers of many teams to join him, but he never had the mind of leaving the team. Sorry.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but up until recently, that was last year,
Hmm.
and I think last year it all started when the team lost to Bayern Munich. They had a defeat of 8-2.
Oh yes, I do
Yeah,
remember that. I did send you a screenshot for that, and you didn't reply because
100%.
probably you were not very happy with that result.
No, it was not that because so many things were going on at that point of time that what will happen now.
Hmm.
And it all started when this particular director of at the club, the Barcelona, I will not take the name. So this particular director was at fault, and Messi has been saying to this director that the team is becoming so much dependent,
Hmm.
and we need to have a plan. We need where are we going from here? Because since the last 5 to 6 years, most of our great players have retired. So, which
Okay.
the era I'm talking about, the 9-10 era, when we won all the six trophies,
Hmm.
many players from that era retired recently, be it Xavi Hernandez, be it Andres Iniesta,
Hmm.
Carlos Puyol.
Hmm.
So Messi always had the questions that where are we going from here? Since he is the captain now, he was
Okay.
the captain at that point. So where are we going from here? What are our plans? But this particular director, he had no answers. He only said that we want you to stay. We are building the team around you
Hmm.
and everything. But when we were constantly losing the games, and when we lost against Bayern Munich at that day, it was,
Hmm.
I think, the saturation point for him to
Hmm.
decide that what are we doing here? Because
Hmm.
at the end, he has to think about himself as well,
Correct.
right? But then again, what happened? He wrote a statement to the board of directors, expressing his desire to leave around August last year. But
Hmm.
then again, it was banished by saying that you are not honoring your contract. You still have 1 year of left remaining.
Hmm.
There were many controversies. That Messi also said that no, my contract is valid till August last date because the La Liga got adjourned in
Hmm.
1920 season because of the pandemic. So many
Hmm.
things happened.
Hmm.
But then again, at the end, what happened was it was either, he had only two options because of the rude behavior of the club president.
Hmm.
He only had two options, either to stay to go to court against the club
Hmm.
or just stay back. But
Well, that's a
Lionel,
toxic environment.
that's a very toxic environment.
Yeah.
But then Lionel being the player, the person he is, not the player, the person he is,
Hmm.
he said, I would never go to the court against the club of my life.
That
So
gave me everything.
yeah, that gave me everything. So he just decided to stay 1 more year
Hmm.
and to plan out things that let's say what happens, and
Hmm.
I'll decide after a year. This is what he decided last year. And you won't believe, Siddharth,
Hmm.
after all this happened, the club president was forced to leave by the board of directors and the new president was appointed.
Okay.
So this was, I think, the first time in the history of football that one particular player made the club president leave that toxic environment.
Hmm.
And so you have to think about it that if a player can do something like this,
So
of course he did not say anything,
that
but
was the
the kind
influence
of
of Lionel Messi. That was the
that was
importance of Messi.
indeed, and and what happened this year, why he was forced to leave, because since the new president came, of course he had very little time with the club,
Hmm.
but then after Messi was a free agent around for more than a month,
Hmm.
that was around July.
Hmm.
So his contract expired this year, but since the Copa America was going on, which he won
Hmm.
eventually,
Hmm.
so he said, I'll just focus on this cup and I'll decide after this
After
what
this.
I have to do.
Hmm.
But after that, he decided that, yeah, I want to stay with Barcelona. But when he went back
Hmm.
and expressed his desire for the new club president,
Hmm.
they said that our club has uh, so many financial liabilities that we can't afford you itself.
Oh my goodness.
So these were the things going on in one of the greatest club in the world.
Hmm.
So he was still wanting to come to the club, but the club could not afford him as only.
Oh.
So he had to leave to another club. That's what any individual would do. He was not happy about it, but
Hmm.
yeah, he moved on, and so did the club.
And he's now
And
with.
he is now with Paris Saint-Germain, which play in the French league, that is League One.
So they won't be encountering Barcelona because they're the French league.
They might be if they come in the Champions League and they face each other in the in the standoffs in the knockout stages.
Okay.
But even that's not seeming possible since Barcelona is performing very poorly this season.
Okay.
So yeah, that I don't think anytime soon they will face each other.
Okay.
But yeah, this was about it. This was the reason to leave Barcelona. for
Oh.
Lionel Messi.
And
After
similarly, something happened with Real Madrid also, right? When no, no, not Real Madrid.
Mhm.
Which club was Cristiano in?
So
Bayern Munich.
Cristiano
No,
was
not
in Juventus
Juventus. Sorry, Juventus.
before joining Manchester United this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just always wanted to come because he has spent a very good amount of time in Manchester United as well.
He started with Manu, right? No.
No, he started with a club called Sporting Lisbon in Portugal since he's a Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
And something like that happened with him as well. That the club manager then, Sir Alex Ferguson, he came,
Ah.
he played a game with that particular club, and Ronaldo scored all the goals, and he signed it from there. And yeah, so yeah, that's about it for them. He has played a good amount of time for United as well. Then he
Mm.
moved to Madrid. He won everything at Madrid, and then he came to Juventus, and now he's back at his boyhood club, that is Manchester United.
Manu. And how is Manu doing now?
Manu is also doing very average, let's say. So
Uh,
right now, I'll just tell you. Right now, in their respective leagues,
hmm.
that is Barcelona in the Spanish league,
Hmm.
United in the English Premier League,
Hmm.
and Juventus in the Italian league, that is Serie A.
Hmm.
So all these clubs, all should have been in the top three, but they are all performing under average right now.
And what about PSG?
PSG is on the top of their French league, which
Okay.
they are always are because it's a very good team, and the French league is not that competitive, as
Okay.
some would say.
Okay.
So yeah, but PSG has now become, since they have a lot of money right now, they've become kind of like World 11 right now. They have
Oh.
the best goalkeeper in the world.
Uh-huh.
They have Lionel Messi. They have Sergio Ramos. They have Neymar. They have Kylian Mbappe, the best youth player in the world,
Hmm.
and whatnot. So they have made World 11 now, and because they have never won the Champions League in their life. Last
Oh.
year as well, they came in the finals and they lost. So they
Oh.
are targeting for that.
So we'll be having the Champions League next year now, right?
Champions
2022.
League keeps on going because right now the group stages are going on. So
Okay.
let me clarify.
Huh.
So the leagues which we are talking about right now, every team, every big teams have their own leagues. Like Spanish league is there where Real Madrid and Barcelona play.
Hmm.
English Premier League is there. That is the English league where Liverpool, Chelsea, United, City they play.
Hmm.
So apart from these all teams compete in UEFA Champions League.
Hmm.
So what this league is, the teams which have performed very well in their particular league in a period of time,
Hmm.
they come together and they compete for one ultimate trophy, that is the Champions Trophy.
Okay.
So these players, I think that is the most recognized competition at a club level right now in football.
All right.
So the one club who wins the Champions League every year, that club is of course considered to be the best club
Hmm.
since it is the ultimate honor.
Hmm.
So yeah, Champions League keeps on going in between, and the finals are mostly around May and June
Okay.
of every year.
And
So
when
right now
does the season start?
the season starts on 1st August. The 1st August the transfer window opens, and after that the matches take place.
Okay. So from
And yeah,
August till June of next year, it
yeah,
goes
it
on.
is still mostly April, May. I think mostly May is the Champions League final is the last match in a football calendar. That's
Okay.
what we consider.
All
So
right.
mostly May and maximum June.
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
so I would like to talk a bit about Neymar. Just
yeah,
just
100%.
just one part about Neymar.
Sure.
I think you might be also aware of this. His how shall I put it very subtly? His
Hmm.
dramatics on the
Hmm.
field.
Right.
I mean, we have all seen that meme in which he's not nowhere close to being hit and he just keeps rolling on the ground. And in fact, a lot of players do that. So,
Right.
I mean, look, football is a very intense and very fun sport, very active, lively sport. But
Hmm.
these points do make it a bit funny as well at from time to time. So we have seen like players just tapped on their forehead and they're like, ah, you hit my eye, and they're down on the ground and they're requesting the referee to give a yellow card to the other player who hit them or something of that sort. So
Yeah.
are these just tactics to delay the game, or are these tactics to, as in, give you an upper hand, or try to kind of play mental games with the opposite team or something of that sort?
100%. And we have a term for this. It's called showboating.
Okay.
Showing off for no reason whatsoever.
Hmm.
So one player gets stabbed and they immediately come to the ground.
Hmm.
Sometimes just to get a foul on the other player.
Hmm.
Sometimes just to waste the time if they are on a winning position and they just have to waste some time. They do that.
Hmm.
They do that. And yeah, you're very much right when we were talking about Neymar. That he has been seen doing these kind of things very often. So yeah, I think that's there, but I think he's also one of the greatest footballers.
Yeah, Neymar
And
is pretty young, and I mean, he's doing a brilliant job.
not
Especially.
pretty young anymore. He's now 29. So
Oh,
yeah, I think he has a good amount of, I think, 4 to 5 years left. A
okay.
good amount of football where he can still do things.
Still do
But
things, yeah.
yeah, but Messi and Neymar are now again reunited in Paris.
Oh yes, they are
Yeah.
reunited. You say?
Yeah, so because they've played for Barcelona for 3-4
Oh,
years together.
I didn't know that Neymar was in Barcelona.
Neymar was in Barcelona, and that's where he achieved his fandom and everything, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Neymar, we signed Neymar in 2013 from a club called Santos in Brazil, and he has played 4 years for us, and he has scored around 68 goals as well for Barcelona.
I just
yeah,
love it when true football fans say he joined us and he
yeah,
has been playing for us and we have been winning so many matches. I mean, despite the fact that the fans actually don't hold any stake in the team, it is just their love for the sport, love for the club. But it just goes to show that how much love there is for the game. I mean, people take it personally, and the best thing I've seen right now is, despite your favorite player Lionel Messi leaving Barca,
yeah.
you still watch Barca matches.
Yeah, so as I told you yesterday itself when we were having conversation, an informal conversation, that if your club is like your home, right?
Yeah.
And if someone like Lionel Messi leaves, who is a god for you, so if the god leaves your home, you don't leave your home, right? You still
Correct.
stick to your home. So
Correct.
it's as simple as that.
Correct.
It's as simple as that.
Correct. But I don't know because for me, when I watch Formula One, my favorite two drivers are at the moment Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel.
And Seb, of course.
Yeah, so despite I've been following Seb since he was in Red Bull. So when he won the 4 world titles, and then he went to Ferrari, and I was still a Seb fan. Obviously, everybody is a Ferrari fan. And when he came to Aston Martin also, I still love Seb. I don't, I mean, there's no hatred towards Aston Martin. I do love the team. But it is just that I probably I'm one of those people who follow the driver and not the team. And
Right.
Yeah, so it does change. So yeah, so like that, it's just the thing that
Yeah, I think you're very much right, Sid, because it's very opposite for Formula One and football. So even if I follow Formula One, even I'll follow a driver rather than a team, because it's an individual performance at the end of the day. Of course, there is a team of two, but then again, it's an individual performance. There is only first position, right?
Correct.
But football is not like that. Football is a team sport. It's a team game.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, you have to support a team there. So it's a little bit different when we compare these two sports. So yeah, I think that's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more thing, if we are discussing about, there is a debate. I would like to clarify this. Since there is a debate, you must have heard that people tend to compare Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo right now.
Yes.
Who is the greatest of all time?
Actually, that was going to be my next question. Since many say that Messi and Ronaldo are the greatest of all times, and normal people, by normal people I mean say people who don't follow football that much, like you do. So people like probably me, because you set me straight that time when I asked here. Messi and Ronaldo both are really good. Who do you think is the better footballer? Then you mentioned a lot of things, which I would like you to mention now.
Right. So now I think I will not say a lot of things, but whoever asks me this right now, I just have one answer for them. That if you ask the world's best engineer
Hmm.
to create the world's best footballer,
Hmm.
that would be Cristiano.
Hmm.
But if you ask the world's best artist to create the best footballer of all time, that would be Lionel Messi.
Oh.
Yeah. So did you get the point? Because what I'm trying to say is what Ronaldo has is a lot of hard work and a lot of talent as well. Talent is also there, but
Hmm.
his main forte is a lot of hard work. He's very dedicated towards his work and he loves football.
Hmm.
And that's why he still seems like a 18, 19-year-old kid, like on the field.
Yeah.
But when you see Lionel Messi, it is just sheer talent and it is just God gifted.
Yeah.
When you, as you also said, that when you watch him play, it looks like it comes very naturally to him,
Hmm.
and it looks very natural that football is made for him.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't I think I should say this to the neutral fans
Hmm.
because the people who tend to follow football, they tend to be a little biased
Hmm.
because they follow a particular club, and if your club is a rival of Barcelona, you will hate Lionel Messi. I
Hmm.
think hate is a very strong word.
Very strong
And
idea.
and the people who follow Barcelona, they tend to say that no, Ronaldo, they boo Ronaldo.
Hmm.
But for the neutral fans, I would like to say that in this era, we are very fortunate enough to witness two of the most greatest players of all time in the football history.
Hmm.
So I think we should enjoy both of them because both of them have a very different playing style.
Hmm.
And we should just enjoy and cherish what we are seeing right now and not compare these two. Of
And
course, you can have a favorite,
yeah.
but yeah, I don't think we should compare both of them.
Yeah, and they're roughly about the same age, near about.
Ronaldo is a couple of years older than Messi,
Oh,
but yeah, roughly
he
around the
doesn't
same.
look older.
He doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
He doesn't look
And yeah,
older.
that's why I'm saying there's no need to compare because of course Ronaldo has played more games,
Hmm.
so of course he has scored more goals.
Yeah,
Then how
800
can you
something
compare?
goals or some, if I'm not
Yeah, he
wrong,
has
right?
just now completed that feat.
Hmm.
So yeah, so of course how can you compare them? Because Messi has of course played less goals, less games as well. He has scored around 750 plus goals. So
Oh,
how do you compare? How do you
yeah.
compare, right?
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
Definitely you can't.
So I think everyone should enjoy watching both of them.
Yeah, so you should just enjoy the sport. And, well,
Indeed,
you just enjoy it. It's a game. Enjoy the game.
indeed.
Huh. So,
Yeah.
what else is there about Messi? Some small thing about Messi which just sets him apart from the rest. One
Small.
thing for you, for you.
I think, as we have discussed, that of course he's a very great player whatsoever.
Hmm.
But I will not talk about what sets him apart in the game.
Hmm.
But as a human, I think he stands apart from the rest of the football players, I'll say, not the rest of the people.
Hmm.
Because you tend to see in football, as you've discussed, that there's a lot of showboating on the field
Hmm.
and off the field as well. The players tend to get into a lot of trouble
Hmm.
in their personal lives as well.
Hmm.
And I think the player becomes great because of his nature of the field as well
Hmm.
in any sport.
Hmm.
So if we talk about cricket,
Hmm.
why is Sachin considered one of the best? He
Correct.
doesn't have every great stat. He has many great statistics,
Hmm.
but what makes him one of the greatest is his attitude towards the sport, on
His
and off the
gentleman
field,
behavior.
his gentleman behavior,
Hmm.
and I think that sets him apart. And same is the case with Lionel Messi.
Hmm.
So when you see him play as well, he
Hmm.
comes to the ground only when he has to come to the ground, when he has no option.
Hmm.
So if he comes to the ground, even the referee has to say that, no, this is a foul, that's why he has come to the ground.
Hmm.
Otherwise, he doesn't do any showboating. He won't do any offbeat ads just
Hmm.
to promote himself. And he's a very, very humble person, I feel. And I think that sets him apart from the rest of the pack.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's for me, that is what makes him different.
Okay, set above from the rest.
Yeah,
Okay. So, and we have a few more years of Messi with us. I
I
hope
hope
so.
so.
I hope so. And
Yeah.
he will be playing next year's World Cup, which will be staged in Qatar, right?
100%.
Oh, perfect. Let's see. And what are your predictions? So, what do you think? Given have the teams been announced, or they yet to announce
No,
the teams?
not yet, because right now the World Cup qualifiers happen, so they are going on right now.
Okay.
So in the World Cup qualifiers, every team are segregated into their continents, group stages, and then they have to compete and qualify for the World Cup. So
Mm-hmm.
right now that feat is going on.
Okay.
But if we are on this topic, I think we should take out a couple of minutes and discuss about his international journey as well, which
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have not
please.
discussed yet.
Yes, yes,
Yeah?
yes, yes. We have not actually. We have
Yeah. So,
stuck mostly to the club aspect.
right.
Yeah.
So I think, when we were discussing that he's not considered the great by some people because he did not achieve any international feat.
Hmm.
But then again, he has been the one who has been carrying the Argentinian team for a very long period of time when he became the captain around 2011.
Hmm. He's
And
still the
then
captain, right?
he's still the captain. He's still the captain.
Hmm.
So when we talk about his international journey,
Hmm.
that he has led the team to many finals, but he only won one till recently.
Hmm.
Even the 2015 World Cup, they reached the finals with Germany, but they could not win. But Lionel Messi was the man of the tournament there,
Hmm.
right? So he has carried the team, and after that he retired as well from his international team in 2016
Hmm.
when they failed to win the Copa America final, in
Yeah,
which
I
Lionel
remember
Messi missed
that.
the penalty. Yeah.
I remember that, and there was the news that Messi has retired from international football.
He
And
did because in that final match he missed a penalty. It was a penalty shootout. It
oh
went to
yes, 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 yes. We have all seen that the
right.
highlights. Yes, I
It
think I saw the match as well with my dad.
it was possible because it was all over the news and
Hmm.
it was a very big event.
Hmm.
And after that, he announced that I'm retiring from the sport and I tried my hardest. This team has ended for me, and he was heartbroken.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So after that, petitions came and people came to him that you should change your mind about retiring because the 2018 World Cup is coming up and
Hmm.
whatnot. After that, but he considered that I'll come back from the retirement. And another beautiful thing that he did after coming from the retirement was he was facing a ban from the officials
Hmm.
for some particular reason. I can't remember it right now.
Okay.
And the Argentina was on the verge of getting out of the 2018 World Cup. They could not even qualify when Messi
Oh,
was not there.
oh,
And yeah, they were in a very weak position at that point of time.
all right.
But at the same point of time, the ban got uplifted because it was not the right ban.
Hmm.
And of course, after that, he came down and they need to win one particular match, and he comes down
Hmm.
and Messi scored a hat trick, and then they won that particular match as well.
Now Messi. Di Maria in support again, and Messi's there! Argentina are level. And who else but Lionel Messi to pull them right back into the qualification picture. Oh, Messi might be through again. It's Messi! This is what the great players do. They choose their moment. And Messi in space. Messi to accelerate, to look for the hat-trick. He is unbelievable. Lionel Messi saves Argentina.
That was the match that they qualified for World Cup. So that's how significant Lionel is for the Argentinian team.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So this is just one incident I'm talking about. There are many incidents. And then 2018 World Cup happened. They did not perform that well. They lost to France in the knockouts, and France eventually went to win the 2018 World Cup. But then again, then Messi took it in his hands. And then this year, finally, the whole Argentinian team gave a brilliant performance in the Copa America, and everyone contributed their part. And Lionel was again the top scorer in this year's tournament as well. And they went on to win the Copa America final, and they won to Brazil, not just any other team. So I think that was something, to keep the haters shut, that that he can win the international trophy as well.
Correct.
And yeah, I think next year will be very crucial for him, that it can be his last World Cup as well. It is going to happen in Qatar in the winters.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think next year will be crucial for his international journey. But yeah, we all hope to see Lionel perform for much more coming years, since he's just 34.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's somewhat similar to Sachin, if we compare, because Sachin had won everything apart from the World Cup for India.
Exactly. You're very much right.
And when 2011 we finally won the World Cup,
Yeah.
Sachin that point I think he could just breathe easy, and he was like, yes, finally,
100%.
one more
100%.
thing I've done for this team.
100%. This is what happened in this year's Copa America finals. The whole tournament as well. The whole team was doing it for Lionel. Even the keeper said, "Whatever I'll do for this guy. I'll go for the grave. I go to the grave for this guy." So this
Man,
kind of attitude, I think, more than their performance was also there. But I think they need this do or die attitude as well for winning something like this. And
wow.
yeah, that's what happened. So, as you said, even they have the greatest player of all time. If the team is not doing that good, then what's the use? So,
Correct.
yeah, I think the team came together, and I think they should give a performance like this in the next year's World Cup as well.
Yeah, sure. We all hope so. We all hope that such a thing does happen. And if Argentina win the World Cup, then probably Messi might just retire immediately after the World Cup. We never know. We never know.
We never know.
Yeah. So
That's why I keep saying to the people that instead of criticizing all these guys, just watch them play, because you won't get a chance like that again. And as you know, that when I witnessed him last year from my own eyes.
Yes, I remember. So you used to say that, Sid, यार जाना है एक बार स्पेन चलते हैं. I want to watch a match. Barcelona का match देखना. I want to watch a match. And I
Right.
was like, yeah, we'll go. And you saved up, and he just went to Spain. And luckily, you were in Spain just before the pandemic.
Not only that, Sid, but the match I witnessed, I still remember the date. That was 7th March 2020. So the Barcelona was playing against Real Sociedad. That was in Spain and in Barcelona itself. So that match became to be Lionel's last match in front of the audience, because after that pandemic happened and they played behind closed doors, and then he left the club, right? So that was his last game which he played in front of any kind of fans, and he scored there as well. We won 1-0. And yeah, because I did not know at that point of time, I just went in. I was like, I have to watch the whole team, and especially Lionel play live in front of me. But that became a historic moment for me.
Yeah,
So
I don't
lucky.
think
so lucky, and I don't think I'll ever forget that match in my entire life.
Yeah, and I saw all the pictures you had on your Instagram, on Facebook, and everything, and I was like, damn lucky bugger. So yeah, so that's all it takes. And so football matches as compared to Formula One,
Right.
they aren't. Are they expensive? I mean, the tickets, are they expensive tickets, or are they relatively cheap?
No, not as comparison to Formula One. But yeah, if you need to get good seats, like the seats behind the bench or the VIP seats, something like that, so there is a particular range, because it ranges from very basic to very high as well.
Okay. Yeah, it is quite a lot common man's sport, because they want to make it as accessible as possible.
That's true. So that's why they have tickets from every range, so people of every kind, they can afford whatever they want, and they can still go and watch the game.
So how is the atmosphere when you watch a match?
It's uncomparable, and I can't even describe how the atmosphere was. Like every people shouting everywhere, and there's music, and that live cheers, they give you goosebumps.
Yeah, because we have seen matches, and they're chanting the names of the players or the team, or Messi.
100%.
So
and after scoring a goal, when the entire stadium shouts Messi's name, that was like something I can't forget. I guess that is another experience, and I think one should have these kind of experiences.
And of course, that signature celebration which Messi has.
Yeah, he lifts his fingers up in the sky and
just
remembers his grandmother.
Oh,
Yeah, he does.
so there is a significance to that.
There is significance to that.
Oh man, I mean, we can just keep talking on and on and on about Messi and
We can.
football, but
Indeed, indeed.
sadly, we need to end right now. We will continue.
Definitely.
We will continue.
We
We will
will.
have more topics, and today I did learn a lot more about football than I knew before this. So thanks a lot for helping me out, and hope to connect soon and discuss more. Probably next time.
Yeah,
Next time we'll talk Formula One.
100%. Soon, I think that will happen soon. And
Yes.
thanks for having me.
Yes.
And before leaving, can you tell me who's your favorite football player? I guess it's Samuel Umtiti. I think let's keep it an inside joke.
Yes, yes. Actually, you know what? I wanted to say his name, but I couldn't say his name because of the reason you know.
So I
So
think we should do it after this particular podcast.
yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
We'll do that.
So yes, Samuel Umtiti. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining in, Sarthak.
Thanks for having
And
me, Sid.
yes, and see you soon in the next one. Thanks a lot.
See you, man. See you.
And yes, please do like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. So thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in. And this was the Menonverse. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.